Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Pony and Wolf Productions video. I am your host, Visual Pony, and today we are reading Tilting Hopes by DegeTheMighty. So, what I have to say here, it is about, well, Flitter and Cloud Chaser, full-sitting Rumble, and playing Jenga. That's all I know about this. The cover art intrigued me because I so wanted to have Jenga when I was little. My parents didn't buy it. I'm pretty sure they knew I would bother them all the time to play the game, and my parents really... it was like, here, you have some toys, go play, or go outside, or whatever. I've got stuff to do. That was basically my upbringing. Anyhow... Without further ado, let's get into the story, and if you haven't already, then please look under this video and see if there is a big red button there, because if there is, that means you haven't subscribed yet. And why haven't you? I mean, even Blackjack knows that big red buttons are there to be pressed. The Rumble State Building. It was so close. He was so close to losing absolutely everything. His building, his company, everything he had worked for over the past 27 years was now on the line, and that line was getting thinner with each passing minute. All of his fortune, all of his money and livelihood settled on this very moment. Rumble had to be absolutely careful. The Rumble State Building was going to be destroyed. That much was unavoidable. However, if he played his cards right, he could make it look like an accident and claim a grand total of 70 million billion bits in insurance. It was a risky move if he got caught, weakening the structure himself, but it would be Cloud Chaser who was the one who brought the monument to its crushing end. Rumble's hoof was shaking, both with excitement and fear. A deep breath calmed his nerves as he gently pushed against the wooden support that could have clearly ended his reign as the wealthiest pony in all of Equestria. The wonderfully tall and handsome Rumble would put Filthy Rich's name to shame. He had to approach this with surgical precision and thanked himself for getting his surgeon degree. His small hoof made contact with the block, somewhat cold to the touch. His chest tightened as he carefully and slowly pressed against the support. Testing it was growing increasingly dangerous as time wore on, his building coming closer and closer to destruction. All that mattered was who would be the one to finally cause it to come crashing down, and Rumble was determined to make Cloud Chaser take that fall with the tower. "Come on, Rumble, you're taking a long time," Cloud Chaser spoke impatiently. Rumble shook his head, refusing to listen to her lies. He steeled himself, removing whatever taunts the devious mare would throw at him. All she wanted was to watch him fail. He was the only thing standing in her way to being on top, and being on the cover of Forbes. Her brand of hoof polish and lipstick would be the absolute best-selling product in the world, and his company of suits and ties would be ruined. She was trying to provoke him. She only wanted his physical testament to his wealth to come crashing down like his career. Rumble wouldn't let that happen. Another incredibly gentle press confirmed that the support was not ripe for plucking. He withdrew his hoof carefully, as to not accidentally collide with another part of the building. His analytical eyes scanned the building. His new mechanical eyes were paying off. So far. "Are you going to take forever?" she asked, taunting the incredible handsome stallion. Rumble scoffed, straightening his custom tie and returning to his task. Another support showed promise as his hoof met his mark. A very gentle press connected with the wood, and still it refused to move, without causing a small tremor throughout the structure. He retracted his hoof in frustration. "Darn it!" he shouted. "How am I supposed to do this?" "What's the matter, Rumble? You said you were good at Jenga." Cloudchaser teased further. Rumble growled as he could hear the restrained laughter of Flitter behind him. He wasn't about to let this mare ruin his very career. He would show these two exactly what he was made of. The wonderfully tall and handsome Rumble would not lose his cool in front of these silly fillies. Seeking another wooden support, his hoof came upon a support near the top of the tower. Another one of his signature gentle presses, and it seemed to give way, ever so slightly. He continued his soft yet determined push, until the piece managed to slide out perfectly. Rumble dropped the support on the carpet, before cheering in joy. His massive and obviously devilishly wings causing him to hover in the air. "Yes!" he shouted, pointing an accusing hoof at Cloudchaser. "Your attempts to taunt me into submission have failed! You will destroy this building and I will be the richest pony in Equestria!" "What? Wow, you must be really getting into this, Rumble," Flitter commented. "I won't lose! The headless horse, here I come!" Cloudchaser simply giggled at his antics as she focused on her turn. The tower was missing a lot of pieces. It was beginning to look like one of those abstract sculptures Rumble would buy just to look important. As her hoof scanned across the building with professional ease, Rumble caught something out of the corner of his eye. From the door frame into the kitchen, he caught the head of Sunderlane poking through. His older, yet obviously much less attractive brother was finally home, but Rumble saw that Cloudchaser was far too focused on the game to notice him. He got an idea. Making sure that Cloudchaser couldn't see his strange movements, Rumble signaled to his brother. The confused look sprawled across his face was quickly replaced with a mischievous understanding. As Sunderlane tiptoed ever closer, Rumble could make out the snickers from behind him, coming from Flitter. Good, so she wouldn't ruin it. Cloudchaser was too interested in the supports of the Jenga tower to hear Sunderlane sneak up on her. Her hoof began to press against the block, as Sunderlane lifted his hoofs in the air. "Boo!" he shouted, smacking his hoofs down on her flank. A loud yelp erupted from Cloudchaser as her hoof smashed through the tower, pieces and parts exploding across the floor. "Yes! I win! I win! I win!" Rumble chanted, hopping around the disgruntled mares towards his brother. "Hi hoof!" An audible clap of hoofs resonated throughout the room, as well as Flitter's laughter. Cloudchaser's cheeks burned as she whipped her head around. "What's the big idea, Sunderlane? Cheater!" she said, punching him in the shoulder. "Doesn't matter, you knocked it over, I win!" Rumble continued to chant. He was sure to get his insurance money now. Flitter cantered over to him, more than pleased to see her sister so frustrated at a game she had considered boring. "Hey, Sunderlane, how'd the date go?" she asked. Sunderlane laughed before beginning to pick up the fallen pieces. "Better than your Jenga game. At least my relationship isn't a shambles." Hello and welcome back everyone to Comment Time with Visual Pony, where I remind you that you can support BluePawWolf Productions through the links down in the description below. Every dollar helps us needed and very much appreciated, and it helps to keep the lights on around here. And you want to keep the lights on around here, right? Because without electricity I can't record. Because without electricity no computer works. So, now let's get into the meat of the story, because I don't think I can keep talking like this for very long. So, what do I have to say about this? Yes, Rumble and Sunderlane are totally cheating. But oh my word, Jenga, oh my word, and Rumble is really getting into it. I mean, what the hell, Rumble? It's a game about pulling out wooden blocks to see who, pulls out the last block to make the tower fall. It's not some elaborate scheme. Try chess or Go if you want to have, serious strategy. Jenga is basically just, see if you can pull stuff out without making the thing fall. Period. Anyhow, this has been all from me, sincerely yours, Visual Pony, and I hope this story found you well in body and mind.